He wanted to marry a second wife without telling his first wife, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Now, there's no secret that men are polygamous by nature. We want more women. But we can't even handle one woman, one wife. And yet we are talking about multiple.
Y'all killing me with this.
He wanted to marry a second wife without telling his first wife. His first wife came to know. Now she's asking for divorce. How can he convince her not to get a divorce and to come back and to believe him when he says that he will not do that again or attempt to do it again?
Already, I think he is on the back foot. He's basically backpedaling at this point. Now, you see how important it is not to have the simp attitude, especially in the early stages of a marriage, um, or even before that, during the vetting process, or basically when you meet your potential or future wife. If she is wearing the pants in the relationship or the marriage, you can basically forget about getting another wife. This is to say that for the most part, she's probably in the leadership position. And so, how can you really expect her to submit to such a request of marrying again?
This is, with all due respect, yani, I'm like your father. Huh? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You should not have attempted this from the first place. If you are not a man enough to get married to a second woman, don't even dream about it, because your first will come in your dreams and give you hell.
Exactly. And we know what difficulty a scorned, jealous woman can be.
This is a well-known fact. They have the power to get into your dreams, unfortunately. And ask me, I've been there, I've done that. No, I'm just kidding. So what is the issue? I get a lot of men in your shoes complaining, what to do, Sheikh? Ya akhi, if you did not weigh the pros and cons, you should not have attempted it in the very beginning. A man who wants to marry a second wife, whether in public or in secret,
Did the sheikh just say secret? You better have your ducks in a row if you want to get that right.
he has to be man enough to evaluate the situation if his first wife were to know. So if your first wife would, if she was to know about your marriage, what are the consequences? What are the things that may happen? One, she may accept it and stay home quiet, which is 50-50. Most women are sensible. Yeah, they will be a little bit depressed, but they'll accept it as long as he's providing a house and he's paying the bills and he's half of the time there, he's showing compassion to his children and to her. So she's just losing him a day, every alternate day. To me, that's a good deal. See, that she doesn't have to cook on that day. She doesn't have to wear new clothes or take care of herself. She could do her hobbies and whatever she wants. 50% of women are sensible. There are the other 50% that would, blow a fuse and they would go haywire.
Now, which one is your wife? Think carefully about this, brothers.
Now, if you know that this is an alternative and a choice, you should weigh the pros and cons. Meaning, if you are in real need to get married to a second wife, and this is well known for reasons this is not the time to disclose, in this case, you should bear in mind that if she wants a divorce, that you're ready to give it to her. Because it's her fault that you're looking for a second wife. Maybe she's not fulfilling your desires. 95%, this is the case. Maybe she's not taking care of you. Maybe she's always with her parents and with her family. Maybe she is nagging. Maybe she's impolite, disrespectful, never grateful, or showing her gratitude to whatever you do. Yeah, such a woman, you have to get another wife. And if you get another wife and she demands divorce, so what? What has to be done has to be done. But if you know that, no, she's a good woman, and I can't live with her, I can't live without the children, and I can live with a single wife, I can't get rid of the idea. So don't even attempt getting married to a second wife.
I see you guys are enjoying my content, but you are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and don't forget to like this video. Jazakallah khair.
And it's always funny to me when people say that Islam is oppressive towards women because Muslim men are allowed to have multiple wives. Men in the West cheat. Men everywhere cheat. They have mistresses, they have side chicks, they have girlfriends, they take weekend trips and business trips to have flings with women that they don't even know, only to bring back drama and diseases that they probably weren't even aware of. So yes, Muslim men are allowed to have multiple wives, but it's all done in a way that's strategic and organized to help build stronger families and communities. Muslim men take responsibility for each woman that they have a relationship with. They are obligated to protect and provide for all of their wives. Islam is not oppressive. Your way of thinking is flawed.
As a Muslim man, I can have up to 4 wives as well. I had 3 wives at one point.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you. That sounds nice.
So, let's shock the audience. I've got 8 children. I had 3 wives at one point when I was 27. I got married when I was 16, 2 wives when I was 25, 3 wives when I was 27, and 8 kids by 30 something, 32 or 31, I can't remember.
You're quite religious. If it's something like forbidden, do you ever want the forbidden fruit?
Excellent question. What's prohibited is desired. So, okay, as a Muslim man, I cannot have sexual intercourse with a woman outside of marriage, outside of holy matrimony. Would I like to do that? Of course I would. If I said to you, oh no, man, I don't like the idea of being able to sleep with an unlimited number of women without any entanglements and any commitments, nonsense. Of course I would like to, you see?
But what I'm trying to understand is like to what degree has it affected you, especially because men in general, of course, would like to have sex with other women, but to you might be like a little bit more intense, the feeling?
No, well, because I'm married, so I have that outlet.
Now you can see how the non-Muslim folk, men obviously, fear marriage in such a way where they don't really want to let go of the sexual access. Well, from how they understand marriage is basically confining you only to one woman, all right? And I think this is a legitimate fear because, as I already mentioned, men naturally are polygamous, right? And within the modern context, of course, things are where men can just go around and sleep with whoever they want to. They can basically use a woman as some sort of, like a toilet, where she can be used for intended purpose and then discarded when needed, right? And so, on an animalistic point of view, this is ideal, then you'd say. But of course, Islam does not allow this. There is good reason for Islam not allowing this. Of course, we honor our women, right? And therefore, marriage is not only bound to monogamy. There is the ability to marry more than one, all right? And it kind of goes hand in hand with, again, a man's nature to want to have more sexual access. But of course, there's responsibility on him, which means that he needs to take care of her. He needs to be responsible for her. He needs to support her, just like in a monogamous marriage. Of course, this requires a suitable man, a capable man.
When we agree to that model of monogamous marriage being the ideal, what we are effectively doing is we are cutting off all the women and the children that could have been under the protection of that man because that doesn't fit our life goals. That's why I say that polygamy actually operates for the benefit of women and children, because if one man can safely look after 2, 3, or 4 women and have children with 2, 3, or 4 women and run his family correctly, is that not better than him only having one wife?
I get this a lot from sisters, and they say, okay, I understand why Allah made polygyny halal and permissible. However, I think it was more relevant back then. Today, it's less of the need basis and more of just pleasure or dunya related basis. What would you say to that?
Tell that to the sisters who are in their 30s who haven't been able to find a husband.
Mu'adh ibn Anas, radiallahu anhu, narrated from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, that he whomsoever can suppress his rage when he has the ability and the right to unleash it, Allah will bring him before the heads of all creation on the day of judgment and let him pick from any maiden whomsoever he chooses. This is sunnah in the saddle. Suppress your anger.
You must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
And on that note, guys, Jazakallah khair for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and if it is that you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.